Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I am back with another video, and as you can see, it is day 2 of Storytime weekend. If you have not seen that video, I will leave it in the description box down below. Also, I will leave all my other story times in the description box down below. Before I get into this story, I do have to mention that this is a collaboration video with an up-and-coming YouTuber here on the YT. Obviously, it's on the YT, Shanine. Her name is Jenelle, and she is just such a sweetheart. She has shown a lot of dedication during this collaboration, so I would love it if you all would go check out her video. We are both doing stories on babysitting gone wrong, I guess. I'm not really sure if you call mine babysitting. I didn't know what to title this video. You'll see why when I start explaining what happened. But yeah, so I will leave Jenelle's channel in the description box down below, and somewhere here on the screen I will have a link to her actual story time. So this happened when I was in high school, and basically my high school offered a class where it was like home ec, but like home ec slash daycare. Basically, parents in the surrounding area could leave their child at the school and they would be taken care of for 2 periods throughout the day, and then they would come pick them up. So how long are high school periods? Like what, 45 minutes, I think? So they would have like an hour and a half to themselves and then come get their kids. Between those 2 periods, there would be one group of students who take care of a child for 45 minutes, and then another group of students who would take care of the same kids for the next period. So each kid in the program had 2 buddies who were in the high school. I hope that makes sense. It might make sense more as I explain what happened more. So when I found out that class existed, I was so excited. I love children. They are the most innocent beings that we have. They're adorable, all of that good stuff. So I was like, yes, I'm signing up for this class. I finally got into that class my senior year of high school. So I was like, all right, I'm ready to go. Let's go. Now, before the kids actually started getting dropped off, there were like a couple of weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks, I think, beforehand, where we had time to prepare for the rest of the school year. The teacher explained like what the class is, what we would do. We would have to make lesson plans for each day that the kids were there. And then I want to say like after 2 weeks, something like that, the teacher started going around letting everyone know what kid they were going to get. So she comes to my table and she tells the other 2 girls that are there, you're getting, little Tommy, and you're getting little Anthony. And what's funny is the 2 girls that were sitting at the table with me, they both got cousins. Like the 2 little children they were going to watch were cousins. So, they had their own little bonding moment, whatever. The teacher comes to me and she's like, Shanine, how are you today? I'm like, I'm great. How are you? And she's like, you're being paired up with, I need a name. Timmy. You're being paired up with Timmy. And I'm like, oh, that's great. I'm still smiling. I'm happy, whatever. She's like, Timmy was in the program last year. We're pretty sure he'll be a whole lot better this year. That should have been red flag number 1. I didn't say anything to that though, but she's going on. She's like, Timmy, and his mom will be there, and da 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 da. Nothing caught on to me when she said, we're hoping he'll be a whole lot better this year. So, a couple days go by, and now it's time to meet the parents before they actually start dropping the children off. So I'm standing there, I'm waiting, I see all the little cute kids coming in with their parents. Some of the parents actually worked at the school, so, I'm like, oh, that's your daughter, da da da. So finally the teacher comes over to me and she's like, Shanine, this is Timmy and this is Timmy's mom. And, Timmy is fucking adorable. Like, to this day, I'm like, I remember how cute he was. And I was just like, oh, when I met him, his mom was very nice. And we all sit down at a table, and Timmy's mom is talking to me, and she's telling me, like, Timmy was in the program last year, and, he's a year older now, and da-da-da-da. Y'all, the entire time she's talking to me, Timmy's sitting there like, he did not say a word like the entire time. I didn't get a hello. Like, did not say anything. And in my head still, nothing has registered that something might go wrong here. Like, in my head, I'm still thinking like, oh, maybe he's just, like a quiet kid. Maybe I lucked up and got, like the kid who's just going to sit there and color. He's not going to cause much problems. Da-da-da-da-da. Boy, was I wrong. So, it is the first day to drop the children off, and once again, like the day that we met the kids, parents are dropping the kids off. I'm like, oh, you're so cute. Look at your little backpack. Oh, da 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 da. They're roaming around. Parents are kind of sticking around to see how it's gonna be dropping their kids off. and then leaving. And I'm standing there like, I could have sworn this was the time that they were supposed to be, like, kid after kid after kid after kid is coming, and I'm just standing there like, is he not coming today? Like, what's going? Right before the teacher is about to start the lesson plan of the day, here comes Timmy and his mom, and they walk to the entrance of the classroom. Because that wasn't even a classroom. That was like a, I don't even know what that was. That was like a mini cafeteria. And she's like, okay, Timmy, you know, you're gonna stay with Shanine. I'm gonna see you later. Da 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 da. Bye. She said goodbye to this little boy, and he looked up at her as she was like scooting inches away, and he just, y'all, he starts screaming. I mean, screaming at the top of his lungs. He's screaming bloody murder, and his mom's just like, stop. Stop it. You knew where we were coming today. You did this last year. Stop being a baby, blah, 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 blah. And like I said, like, we were seconds from starting the lesson of the day. So the teacher comes over and she's like, just grab him. And I'm looking at, bitch, what? Just who? Just out here grabbing people's children. What do you mean just grab him? So I'm looking at her like, you grab him. Like, what do you mean grab him? So, mom is like, I'm assuming like this is what parents do. Like, they know their children. They know that they're just trying to cause a scene. So she just takes, she's like, bye. And just starts walking down the hallway. And he starts chasing after her. Now, I don't know if you guys remember what I said in the beginning of this video, but we're in a high school, alright? This isn't like a daycare where, you know, he's running outside after her. He's running down the hallway where there are other classes going on. And of course, I knew some of the kids in those classes. So now I'm like, fuck, now I have to get him. So I run after him, I scoop him up and bring him back to the classroom. And now he's not just screaming, now he's kicking and flailing around, hitting me all up in my chest, in my legs, kicking everything, scratching everything, just going off bonkers. And I'm walking down the hallway with this screaming child, past these classrooms looking crazy as hell. Get him back to the classroom. He cries for like another, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, and then just stops. Just stops. He went from to... And one of the girls next to me was like, I think your kid's broken. It's not funny, but she was like, I think he's broken, because it was so, like, you know, kids like calm down from their tantrums, but it was like a switch turned off. He went from, I don't even have words to explain it. And I was like, you know what, it's the first day. I think, you know, he was nervous about this, and let's just move on. I wish it was just like it was the first day. And y'all, when I say that's pretty much how it went for like the next 2 or 3 months. I mean, that's how it went for like the next 2 or 3 months. She would drop him off, he would cry, he would kick, he would scream, he would flip. I didn't have to go chasing after him every day. Teacher took turns, like we took turns running after him every day. But yeah, that's pretty much how it went for like 2 to 3 months. And now I'm like, you know, I would rather be running the mile in gym right now than dealing with this. I was like, you're cute, but not that cute, alright? I was tired of having like dirt stains on my clothes from him kicking me. So one day, I'm waiting for him to be dropped off, and it's like the very first day all over again. And actually, it's kind of like all the other days, because like, Timmy's mom was never on time. She was always one of the last parents to drop her kid off. So I'm waiting, and you know, they're not showing up, everyone else is, but I'm not that, you know, like, thrown off about it, because it's kind of the norm now. But now, like, the lesson's already started, and he's still not there. And the teacher comes over, and she's like, oh, Shanine, I forgot to mention, Timmy won't be here today. And I'm like, oh, is he okay? And she's like, yeah, he's fine. It's just, his mom's taking him to get evaluated. And I'm like, evaluated? I won't get into what the actual evaluation was, but, you know, I'll just leave it at, like, what they were evaluating would have given them an answer if that's why he behaves the way that he did. I hope that makes sense. You know, let's just move on. So I took that as like, you know, it's a free day. I ain't gotta worry about this today, so boom. The next day that it's time for the kids to be dropped off, Timmy is there that day. And she was early too. Like, she dropped him off early. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I think she might have gotten to the classroom before I did, because I was like, at that point I didn't bother getting that class on time because she was always late anyway. But he was there on time. And there was no screaming. There was no kicking. There was no nothing. You know, she was like, all right, bye, Timmy. You know, you're going to stay with Shanine. And he actually, like, ran. I was gonna say to Shanine. He actually ran to me and, you know, hug, all that other stuff, and I'm like, I guess, you know, we had a good doctor's visit, you know. And he, like, it was perfect for like another week or two, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. You know, she would drop him off, he would run to me, he would hug me, throughout the day, during class, he'd be fine, all that good stuff. And then one day, we're in the classroom, the lesson plan's going on, and he's sitting on my lap. He's 3, I think. I think at the time he was 3. 2 or 3. Let's say 3. He's sitting on my lap, he's coloring, da-da-da-da, and all of a sudden, I just feel like this wet substance running down the side of my leg. And I look down, and this little boy has peed through his diaper, through his pants, onto my leg. Maybe you guys have forgotten by now the part where I said that this is in a high school, and that was like my second class of the day. I still had like 7 other classes to make it through for the rest of the day. No change of clothes except for like gym clothes, which I don't even know if I had gym clothes in my locker at that time. And this little boy has peed on the clothes I'm supposed to wear for the rest of the day. So I'm like, oh my God. The teacher comes over, takes him. They had like a little porta potty type bathroom, whatever, in the classroom. Takes him in there, I think changes his diaper, and then he comes back out. He comes back out, and it was like meeting Timmy all over again for the first time. Now he's angry, he's not talking, and at that moment, I could understand it. It's embarrassing. He did just pee on himself in front of all the other kids. I don't think any of the kids made fun of him, but like, it's still embarrassing. I get that. He was angry. I left it alone. He just like colored in the corner for the rest of the day. However, now it was back to the same thing. Every time his mom dropped him off, he would kick, he would scream, all that good stuff. And now we're close to like, you know, at the time where everyone goes like pumpkin picking and all that other stuff. So we have a class field trip with the students, the kids, and the parents. So we're there on the farm, whatever. The kids are like picking their pumpkins, whatever. And Timmy's acting weird. He's like, so I go over to him and I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, I have to pee. So I go over to his mom and I'm like, Timmy has to go to the bathroom. And she's like, oh, you can take him. What? Oh, you can take, no, I don't think so. I've obviously changed a diaper before. It's just that, ma'am, your son literally just stopped kicking me like 2 weeks ago. He started again. Actually, after the peeing incident, he wasn't kicking anymore, but he was still like screaming whenever she dropped him off. Like, your son just stopped kicking me like 3 weeks ago, okay? Take your son to the bathroom. And she's like, no, you know, you need to like, she's like, this is what this class is for. It's for you girls to learn, all that other stuff. You can take him. So she's looking at me like, and I'm looking at her like, and she's like, and I'm like, you must not want your son to go to the bathroom. Like, I don't understand what you don't understand. Like, take your son to the bathroom. So Timmy comes over, like, he looks like he can't hold it anymore. And she was like, we'll be right back, but next time it's on you. And I'm like, okay. Now, while we were picking the pumpkins, he was fine. I don't know if it was because his mom was there or, you know, he was just having fun with the pumpkin thing. But again, after she took him to the bath, and he didn't wet himself this time. Like, they made it, at least I think they made it to the bathroom after the peeing thing. Like, he was back to his moody self. Like, he wasn't talking. You know, if you tried to touch him, he would like swipe at you. And I didn't understand it at this point. I didn't understand what was going on. And sadly, that's what went on for the rest of the school year. Like, she would drop him off, he would kick, he would scream. There was another day where he wasn't there. I don't know if she took him to the doctor again, but he came back, he was nice again. And then like he would like he had bigger mood swings than girls who were PMSing. And I'm assuming, you know, with the whole like evaluating thing, like there was an actual reason for that. It would have been nice to have been told the reason, you know, explained a little bit more. However, even his mom was suspect. Like, don't get me wrong, she was a very sweet lady. She was very nice. But she always seemed scared whenever like she was dropping him off. Like, she seemed happy to be dropping him off, to like have like an hour and a half to herself, because I'm assuming he acts that way at home. But she was a very timid person, and she always seemed like she was scared whenever she answered you. Like, if you act like, if I was like, you know, hey, how's your day? She'd be like, oh, I'm okay. I'm good. How are you? Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know, like, if it was just a whole bigger thing than I could have comprehended at that time. Like, if it was something that started, like, with the parents. Because I don't think I met his dad. I don't know. I don't remember if I met his dad. I know she was married. But I was like, I don't know if it's something with, like, the parents had an issue, which, like, trickled down to the kid having an issue. I don't know what it was. But it was a very stressful year. Like, I started out like, oh my god, I can't wait to go to this class every day, to, do I really have to go? Like, really? So, it's the end of the year. They have this big party for all the parents and all the kids. She gave me a gift. I gave Timmy a gift. And she was like, I'm talking to Timmy and I'm like, you know, like, it was really nice meeting you. Like, I enjoyed all the days that we spent together. You know, like, you're my newfound friend. All this other stuff. He gave me a big hug and then ran away like he forgot me 2 seconds after that. The mom was like, you know, thank you for all that you've done. The other girl who watches Timmy during the second period, she was really thankful. She was like, thank you, girls. I know it was hard to put up with. Da 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 da. So after that party, I'm thinking, it was nice knowing you, Timmy. You're adorable. All that other stuff, but goodbye. So, school's now over. I've now graduated from high school. So I'm at church one day, and you know how at some point in the service, the pastor's like, you know, get up and greet the neighbor to your left, greet the neighbor to your right. So I get up, and I'm greeting the neighbor on my left, and it's Timmy's mom. I'm like, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, Shanine, hi, da, da, da. And I'm like, hey, I didn't know you go here. And she's like, yeah, I've been a member for a long time, but I haven't come in a couple of months. And I'm like, okay, how's Timmy? And she's like, he's great. You know, he's been asking about you ever since the big party where we all said our goodbyes, da, 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 da. And she's like, I didn't even know that you lived, like, around. And I was like, but the high school's around here, like, and I obviously live close to the high school. You know, she's trying to make small talk, whatever. And then she finally gets into what she wants to say, and she was like, you know, like, I feel like he really built a bond with you better than the person that he had the year before when he did the program for the first time. I was ever wondering, would you ever be interested in babysitting? I was like, excuse me, pause, nope. Sorry, I feel like I'm neglecting the neighbor to my right. I'll see you later, bye. Look, you couldn't pay me to babysit Timmy, okay? This little boy has kicked me, screamed at me, thrown things at me, pulled my hair. No. I had no choice but to deal with it. I needed a grade. And, you know, I felt like he was like a misunderstood child. You know, obviously there had to be something more than just being like a misbehaved child. That's why I dealt with it. But during the summer, you think I'm going to put up with it? No. And I already worked 3 jobs. No, thank you. I'm good. Carry on. And now that I think about it, it's been like 4 or 5 years now. Timmy's got to be like 8. Damn. I hope, you know, I wish nothing but the best for Timmy and his mom and his father. But, yeah, I hope that situation was fixed. I hope he's in a much better place, mentally, physically, all that good stuff. But yeah, no. When I said goodbye, I meant goodbye. So that is it for this story. Let me know, like, one of your worst babysitting / daycare moments in the comments down below. Make sure to go check out Jenelle's video. Make sure to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe down below. Thank you all for watching, and make sure to tune in to tomorrow's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.